Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Frank White, what's good, man? Hey, Susan, what's up? Frank, I think it's a good fight too, man. And I like the fact that Jalolov, he didn't let Jarrett even get a few days just to enjoy his victory, man. You know what I mean? He was calling him out right away, and I like that. I mean, Jared Anderson did say, in that interview, and I like what the kid had to say, man. He doesn't want to fool around and mess around. According to him, he said 2021 that he wants to fight guys with good pedigrees and good backgrounds. That's what Jared Anderson said. Hey, Suits, you said, did Joel Loft respond? Nah, he's the one that put it out there on Instagram. That's where I seen the information that he said that, let's make it happen. The picture I tried to use for this caption is all messed up, man. I was trying to use the full picture, the thumbnail for this video. I'll probably edit it once I get this uploaded, but you can see the where somebody from Jalolov's side was responding to Anderson's side, and Jalolov on his, as you see on this screen on the thumbnail for this video at the top, Jalolov said, let's make it happen. I think it'd be a good fight, man. Jalolov, 6'7", Uzbekistan heavyweight, was in the Olympics 2016. I think he was trying to even qualify for the 2020 Olympics. He had an impressive knockout against Richard Torres. That was nasty, man. That was a nasty knockout. Seen him fight Justice Hanu. Seen Bakhodir fight a few people. As far as his pros, though, I think his best fight is against what's that cat's name, man? Tyrell. What's that dude's name? The fight's on YouTube. Hold on, you guys. I forgot that cat's name that he fought. Tyrell Wright. That's his best fight. Wright was making him work. Even points in the fight where he was walking him back a little bit. And Jalolov, 6'7", pretty athletic for his height and size. Stands a little straight up to me, but he definitely got the pedigree, definitely got the background. That's what Jared Anderson said he's looking for. You know what I mean? Diobly Newly, what's up, man? My man St. Cruz, what's up, St. Cruz? He says, I hope they develop Anderson correctly. Great prospect. Josh Jeho says, salute. I didn't see that one coming. My man Michael Johnson was good. Michael Johnson, boxing talking more. Costa Collins says, top 10 round robin needed beyond time. Yeah, definitely, man. I've definitely been saying they need to do a tournament format at heavyweight for the longest. I like what they did with the Super Series. I wish they can do that with heavyweight in some type of way. Even if it's not, Fury, AJ, Wilder, the three-headed monster. Even if it's guys like Jared Anderson and Derek Chisora. I'm just mixing, just mix and match some guys that have had their opportunities mixed up with some guys, but had their opportunities and still can give you a go, though. Not guys that have their opportunities and get knocked out every other time, but a guy like Chisora, you know what I mean? Where, you never know with Derek, man. He might go in there and upset you. But mix and match those guys with some up-and-coming guys. Fabio Wardley, who's fighting Eric Molina on the in March on the Pavek and Dillian White card. And speaking of just the remaining fights this month, man, I know we got Brazil and Wilder next week. That's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna call that one live. 27th of this month, you got Parker. Oh, on the 17th, in a couple days, here on Wednesday, I'll be going live. George Arias is taking on Joel Cotto. Cotto's the dude, if you remember. He's the dude. Shouts out to Cassius Chaney. I hope you guys checked that video out yesterday I did with Christopher Lovejoy and Cassius Chaney. But he's the guy that Cassius Chaney knocked out the ring a couple years ago, went viral. And Joel, credit to him, got back in the ring, only to be stopped about 15 seconds later. Also on the 27th, you got Zhili Zhang taking on Jerry Forrest. It's going to be a good one, man. Good, interesting fight. There's another fight, too. I know I'm forgetting. Sonny Kanto is fighting on the 20th against Waldo Cortez. I've seen Cortez fight Kingsley eBay. Now, speaking of Kingsley eBay, it's a great segue. Speaking of him, he fought Jared Anderson. And eBay, man, he's a dude that we know his story. Started boxing pretty much 18 months ago walked into a gym trying to sell life insurance. Next thing you know, he's a damn boxer. All right. So from that, and I know he played football, so he does have some athletic background in him. But just for a guy to just literally turn pro, man, 18 months, and for you to go in there and get a draw against Guido Vanello, who was a Olympian, out of Italian guy, and Patrick Mailata, they brung eBay in as the opponent. And, for him to look good against those guys, great. But Anderson, like I said in my pre-fight breakdown, man, looking at this fight, you can't count eBay out because he's just a grown-ass man with some will and determination. But with that said, though, 6 years ago when he was on the football field doing his thing, Jared Anderson was in amateur tournaments winning them, whooping ass. So even though he's a lot younger than eBay, he still has more ring experience in his show. All those, huge overhand lefts and rights that eBay was getting away with and switching from lefty to righty in fights. And when he switched from righty to lefty with eBay, now a guy like Jared Anderson does it strategically, right? He can see things. He's switching to left to right for a reason. Where a guy like eBay was switching to left to right mainly because his footing was off. He'll throw a big right hand and he'll, throw it so hard that his right foot will end up in the front. Now he's southpaw. You know what I'm saying? Like, so him switching stances was due to just his footwork and still learning the sport. But I knew Jared would be able to see through all that. I thought he'd be able to match the physicality, and he used his jab. He used that jab, and he was using that stick, and that's what I think broke eBay down, busting his nose up. Because Jared was respecting him when he came out there. You got to respect him, man. He's tough. He's a tough dude, man. Not a lot of experience, but still a tough, grown-ass man. Well over 200 pounds that can crack. But once Jared, he just ate him up with that jab. It's like eBay had no answer for it. Was busting his nose up. And then we see what happened in the 6th round when he got him up out of there. It looked like Jared, man, was almost running out of ideas, like around about round 5 and partly through 6. Looked like he was running out of ideas. He started to clown around a little bit, and Andre Ward actually says something to it that he can get this dude out of there. The dude wants to go. You know what I'm saying? Per se. Sure, eBay didn't want to get knocked out, but I understood what Ward was saying. And once Jared got back to using that jab and throw it, no, what happened was eBay tried to turn it up because the ref said, you got to show me something. And as soon as eBay turned it up, which leaves him open to shots because his defense is leaky, Jared Anderson found the holes, man. Very accurate, strong puncher. I love his attitude, man. He gets joy out of whooping ass. And I like fighters like that. Like, he does the thing where when he knocks a guy down or knocks him out, he'll turn his back on him and kind of wipe his feet. You know what I mean? Wiping his feet at the dude while he's in back of him. The smile he had on his face when he knocked eBay out. Now, at the end, he did get down on one knee. And, you can tell he was kind of hoping that eBay got up because he was out for a while. But Jared Anderson just loves whooping ass. He's the type of dude that got blood on his face and smiling. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just loves whooping ass, man. I like that mindset about the kid. But as far as that fight goes, yeah, he used his jab. Just a better technician. Because I was wondering, man, is he going to try to just come forward and get this dude out of it? Now, it's one thing when he was fighting guys like Pena and a few of the, what's the other dude? Langston. Those guys on ESPN where he was just coming forward, just chopping them up. You know what I mean? But his 2 fights, quote, step up, like Rodney Hernandez, who, he'll give a prospect a tough go. He handled him easy, man. And then eBay, I thought to give him a tough go just based on his, just when you fight a guy like that, there's like an element of surprise a little bit because he's so wild and awkward and wily, but he's still strong and durable. It's just tough. And it takes you a while to break guys like that down a little bit, especially when you're a prospect on the way up. And he just made it look easy. You know what I mean? And he said that, hey, man, the rest of 2021, I want guys with good backgrounds, good pedigree, and all the prospects and guys you think I can't beat, I want to fight those guys. So this isn't me as an uploader trying to rush him to, this is what he wants. And it was music to my ears. You know what I mean? So Jalolov called him out. I did go on Instagram and leave a message for Jared. You need help? Yeah. Give me 1 second, you guys. Give me 1 second. All right, we back. So yeah, that's my thought on that, man. And I'm gonna get to the comments in a second, man. But I hope you guys haven't checked it out, man. Go check out that interview that I did yesterday with Cassius Chaney, 20-0, and Chris Lovejoy, 19-0. And that's what I want to do on my channel, man. Um, do a lot more videos like that. A lot of ideas I got in my head. It was just as far as making time to make these ideas come to fruition. But I got a lot of ideas about my channel, and I want to see, you know what I'm saying? I want to try to make fights. You know what I mean? I know I'm not a promoter, I'm not a manager, but man, bring these guys on, man. All these fights that I be saying, I want to see this dude fight this dude. Man, I'm gonna try to contact these fighters and get them on my channel and let them talk their shit. You know what I mean? Bring them to the platform and try to do my best to help the sport. You know what I mean? It's one thing to come on here and just talk about what we want to see, but man, try to get these guys on and let them talk and let the fans decide who wants to smoke, who really act like they didn't want it and all that. You know what I mean? I think so that's what I'm gonna try to do, man. I did reach out to Jared Anderson, and I'm gonna try to reach out to Jalolov and try to get him on. You know what I mean? I know Jalolov, he's Uzbekistan. I'm not sure how good his English is. Maybe a rep for him can come on, but definitely a fight that I want to see. You know what I mean? So please, man, you guys go check that video out yesterday. Good conversation. Let me see who up in here. Seen and unseen boxing. What's good, bro? Jesus M says just make the fight. Too many call out, but no fights. Well, I mean, in fairness, bro, he literally just called him out. That's why I'm putting the video up. He literally just did it. So it's not like he's been calling him out for, a year or 2 years. He literally just called him out. So let's give it a little bit of time, man. I think it can happen. Underground Asylum, what's up, man? Frank Wright. War Jones 57 says eBay wasn't ready for Jared. Nah, he wasn't. Nah. Frank White says he can fight Oscar Rivas. Oscar's getting ready to fight, is it next month, against kind of a weird fight, man. He's getting ready to fight a rematch against Silveira Luis. If you ever heard me talk about Oscar Rivas and breaking his fights down and style down, I always said it was this one guy that he fought that I thought it could have been a draw, and that's Silveira Luis. He's a slick boxer, like to make you look. He has the type of style that gives a style like Rivas problems. Slick boxer, likes to move, that type of guy. However, that was like 8 years ago. And Luis hasn't fought in about 5 years. So I think it's gonna be a lot different this go around. But I've always talked about that fight. Now, that fight's still on YouTube, but they're gonna have a rematch. I don't know if Oscar just can't find some opponents. I'm not sure, but it's a weird rematch, man, weird. D.O. Blianulli, what's up, man? He says U.S. heavyweight tournament is needed. Yeah. Dude, man, there's about 11 of these cats that's undefeated. And then you can still mix them in with the Jennings and the Gerald Washingtons and you got what's going on.
Look at this tire.
Yeah, eBay did have Hard Roy Jones. War Jones, I definitely agree with that. Is it flat? War Jones says Lovejoy versus the highly aggressive UK fighter. Oh, you talking about Alan Babbage, the Croatian cat that fight at the UK? I think that's what you're talking about. Michael D. says Michael Hunter for Jared Anderson. Ooh, I'll probably go ahead right now, Hunter. But in about 3 years, next 3 years or so. Yo, man, Jared Anderson and Jarrell Miller, man, I wouldn't mind seeing that in the future. I know Jarrell got to come back from these, his suspension and stuff. He's serving his suspension right now. But come on, man, we just can't have two big babies and nobody say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And they both undefeated too. I put up a poll. A lot of you guys, last I checked, people were favoring Jarrell. Right now, today, I probably would favor Jarrell. Well, first, I got to see what he looks like coming back. But if it's anywhere what I saw against Duapa and Bogdan Dinu and guys like that, I'm going to go with Jarrell right now. But about 3 years, though, man, Jared Anderson might really be that deal. My man, Retro Boxing Documentaries, Blood Boxing, what's good, bro? I seen that fight you put up, the old school Cooper and you put up that Burt Cooper and Joe Hip fight. Another good Joe Hip fight is the fight he had with Tommy Morrison. Joe Hip was rugged, man. He was a rugged cat. Jesus M says Coffee versus Jared. That's a good one, man. Coffee's another one. Not exactly like eBay, but damn near one of those guys that just out of nowhere start fighting But he has a more of a background than eBay does, because he's beaten highly touted amateurs when he was, because he had a handful of amateur fights. Won his first amateur fight by knockout. Then his second amateur fight, he beat Nicozy Sullivan, who was the #1 rated super heavyweight amateur at the time. He beat that dude his second fight as an amateur. He's been in a plethora of Wilder camps, Konaki camps, Jarrell Miller camps, Marco Huck. Savvy, strong, big dude. I think he's a lot more gifted than eBay. That'll be a good one, man. But again, 3 years, I'm gonna go with Jared Anderson. But we're talking about right now, I really don't know. I think it's a toss-up because Darmani years. Final, what's good, Clint? He said, Mr. Boxing is waiting for you to do something like this. The interview was dope. I appreciate that, man. Definitely. I'm trying to just bring something new, man. L Dub, my man Lawrence Williams. What's up, Lawrence? Y'all go subscribe to Lawrence, man. And Blood Boxing and the War Report and everybody in here that got a channel, man. My man Retro Blood says Anderson's my new fave for the heavies. I will be supporting that young man. Yeah, he won't smoke. I love that grand man. That dude love. Sometimes, Blood, there's fighters that just really, they like whooping ass. They like seeing you knocked out. They like seeing you bloodied and swollen eyes. Like, some dudes get a kick out of that. And he's one of them dudes. I love them type of dudes, man. Blackout says, what's good, Mr. Boxing? Great matchmaking. Hey, for sure. The Roar Report, what's good, bro? He says, Bondan Dinu is good food for Big Baby. Yeah, one thing about Dinu, though, Romanian cat, close to making the like, he had a weird story, man. He got into some trouble out here in Chicago when he was an amateur. I think it was allegedly, right? Allegedly, they got caught stealing somewhere in Chicago when they came here for a tournament. Allegedly, right? Dinu, good right hand, European type guy. We seen him fight Pulev. He gave Pulev some rounds, even bloodied him, gave him some good rounds. He got stopped by the other big baby, Jarrell Miller. But you look at that fight, though, man, I thought Dinu was winning the first few rounds of that fight. Then Jarrell just caught up to him, put that pressure on him. But I think it'd be a good test for Jared, the other big baby. I think it'd be a good test for him. Sonny Conto versus Jared, I'm going to go with Jared. I like Sonny, too, though. I'm going to go with Jared. Roy, the J. Roos theory, what's good, bro? Jesus M says, you think David Benavidez will be a heavyweight? Shit, he might. War Jones says Cotto versus Rivas will be a good. Cotto lost match at weight. Well, that's good, man. Like Joe Cotto. Hey, man, I know we make people make fun of him getting knocked out the ring a few years ago against Cassius Chaney, but that man got up though, bro. He got up and beat the count. He did end up getting stopped a few seconds later, but hey, man, just to get up and do that, man, showed you got some damn heart. DLB Nooney says Jared versus Michael Hunter is a huge fight. Let me see. I keep saying Roy Jones. War Jones 57 says Jalolov is tall hell, but why is he still fighting amateurs though? Because, bro, you remember they switched that rule to where they'll allow pros to fight for the Olympics, and I think that's what he's doing. Shit, one of the dudes that won the middleweight, who was that? What was the African cat that actually fought in the Olympics but was a world title holder? Somebody might, Lawrence, you might remember, bro. Who was the dude? He fought I think he fought Triple G too. The African cat with braids. Maybe I'm confusing the weight classes, but African cat with braids performed in the Olympics in 2016, I think. But that's what they're doing, though. I think, you can still go out there and compete in the Olympics even if you are a pro. They switched it up. So that's why he's still doing it. Which I think he should just stay strictly. I mean, shit, you tried to win gold in 2016 and it didn't happen. Just move on to the pro level. That's what I think. You know what I mean? But Hassan Adam. Yep, there you go, the War Report. I appreciate that. Yep, it was Hassan Adam. DW Newly says the top U.S. prospect, Jared Anderson, versus the U.S. heavyweight top contender, Hunter. That'd be good, bro. Casa Collins says not really fair on amateurs is silly. Well, it depends how you're looking at it. Now, if it's an amateur that has 200 fights and fought in the World Series of Boxing, let's say 20 or 20, but trying to be okay, like 100 amateur fight, 102 amateur fights, and have about, I don't know, anywhere from 7 to 10 World Series of Boxing fights. him fighting somebody in the Olympics that has 60 amateur fights and 5 pro fights, I still think that's shit. I think the amateur may have the experience. You dig what I'm saying? It just depends, because you know, in Europe and a lot of these European countries, they love fighting 500 amateur fights and staying, you know, amateurs for, you know, 15 years. Jermaine Franklin versus Jared, that'd be a good one too. But hey, y'all, about to bring these groceries in, man. Just want to do a quick live. You guys, please go check out that interview I did yesterday with Cassius Chaney and Jared Anderson. If you have, or not Jared Anderson, I wish. Cassius Chaney, Chris Lovejoy, I'm sorry. Check that interview out. That's what I'm going to try to do on my channel. I'm going to call it Heavyweights Unleashed. It's where I'm going to try to bring 2 guys on that I would like to see fight, or you guys are telling me, hey, these 2 guys should fight. I'm going to see if they'll agree to come on together and have them come on. You know what I mean? Try to create that type of atmosphere and platform for the heavyweights. You know what I mean? But please go check that out. My man Neutral Natural up in here late. What's good, bro? I'm about to get off now, Neutral. I'm gonna have to back this car off from my wife because she don't know what she's doing. She can't yoke it. All right, y'all, about to bring these groceries in, man. Y'all be good. Till next time, I'm gone.